So this question asks, outline how the behaviourist approach could be used to explain mental illness, and it's 5 marks. So it says here, answers could centre on application of any relevant behaviourist explanation. So for example, candidates could refer to associative learning, so that's stimulus and response based on classical conditioning. The role of reinforcement, so that's operant conditioning with positive and negative reinforcement or positive and negative punishment, or social learning. I'd probably avoid social learning because social learning is more of a social theory, so you kind of avoid that one unless you're talking about vicarious reinforcement, which is, watching someone else get rewarded and then therefore you're rewarded through them. That's kind of the only one I would suggest to put in for that one. It says the cognitive behavioural explanations are credit-worthy, but you've got to focus on the behavioural part of it. So if you start talking about challenging negative thoughts and things like that, it's not answering the question, because that's the cognitive approach. So it says on the 5 marks there, good application of a clear, detailed and accurate behaviourist approach to explain mental illness. More than one behaviourist explanation may be suggested in less detail. So you could talk about classical conditioning, and you could talk about operant conditioning as well. So you could talk about the both of them. If you mention classical and operant, but then you only talk about one of them, you're probably going to lose a mark because it's not a good application. It's not detailed because you've only got one of them in there. So if you're going to put 2 in, make sure that they're both explained in equal amounts, or 1 for 3 marks, 1 for 2 marks. A good one to put in would be classical conditioning, because that's the suggestion that you've learnt behaviour through stimulus response. Give examples, go into detail, and you could, basically classical conditioning suggests that that's how you acquire something, so how you might acquire a mental illness. Operant conditioning explains why it continues, why you continue to have that mental illness. So, you might have stimulus response, depression, say, so something bad has happened and you have kind of associated that, and then that's made you depressed in some kind of way, and that afterwards you've kind of got attention from people because they're asking you if you're okay, and then you've been reinforced to continue to feel like that, because you know that when you feel like that in response to something else, that then you'll get rewarded because you'll get attention from people, so you've been operantly conditioned. Now, I'm not suggesting that that is the reason why people have depression at all, but that's the behaviourist explanation for it. So you'd have to go into detail about that, talk about negative reinforcement, positive reinforcement, and so on and so forth. So, that attention removes the feelings of depression, and then the negatively reinforced continue to feel it, to seek the attention out, to get rid of it. It's like a cycle. So you could explain it in that way too. So if you look at the slides where it talks about the behaviourist approach and all the kind of theories behind it, that's what you need to have in this question. So how does the behaviourist approach explain mental illness? That question could be for any of the ones that we've looked at. So we looked at humanist, we looked at cognitive, we looked at biological, or also known as physiological. So you need to know all of them, how they all explain mental illness, because you could get asked any of the questions on that.